Okay, so we need to talk. Mainly because I am currently facing a fork in the road on what to do. And this is regarding a payout. One side of me is telling me to take a small payout, not as a reward, but as fuel to reinvest into more accounts. I've recently been thinking about how I've been performing, and my focus moving forward on how I want to perform, which has caused me to think about when I do take my payout, how I'm going to reinvest that back into accounts, how I'm going to scale accounts, how I'm going to get to those 5 figure months consistently. And with thinking about this scaling, it has, I'm not sure, you know, affected me positively in how I want to continue to perform. But what was really the catalyst for this is that a stink bug on my window? What has really been the catalyst for this is the fact that my funded futures, I recently got notified by a friend, by recently I mean like a couple hours ago, that my funded futures was running a limited time promotion. And this was the promotion. So for anyone that's curious and wanting to buy accounts, where is it? This is the promotion. So it is a crazy promotion going from their regular accounts. You know, for you guys that don't know my funded futures, with the regular accounts, core and scale, you're only able to withdraw 1200 max with the core, 1500 max with the scale. I'm pretty sure. I wasn't fully aware of like my funded futures' entire new like layout because I just been trading their old legacy account. I didn't even realize I had a legacy account. But apparently they removed consistency rule. They're cheaper. It's just crazy. So I was checking them out again because I haven't gone to their website in a while, and they have this promo which is free, a free additional add-on, and it increases the $1,500 max cap per payout to $6,000, which is insane, insane. Um, but it kind of makes it so it's like top step accounts. Note they have no activation fee, anything or any of that. So seeing this, I was like, okay, that's pretty good. That's really really good actually. And actually, I'm gonna keep that there. But it's caused me to sit and think while I was also looking at their regular account size. I didn't realize how affordable it became, $77 with no activation fee. Holy cow. Very, very affordable. Best firm, in my personal opinion, best firm. And I have friends that also say it's the best firm. And on top of that, they went from allowing 3 accounts to 5 accounts. Yeah, Top Step has competition and instant payouts, by the way. But this is what I'm perplexed on because when I go to Top Step and I see this $2,100 balance, this $2,151 balance, knowing most of my profits came from 3 months ago, if no, all of my profits came from 3 months ago when I made that 10K day. Although, I've gone through the dips and, hoops and hurdles with it maintaining the account throughout the last 60 days, which has proven to me my resilience within my trading and my consistency, my ability to remain consistent, and now I'm just now getting to the point of refining my trading. I I faced a fork in the road. And the fork in the road is this. one part of me says take a small payout, and if I took a $1,500 payout, the remaining balance would be at $1,600. Now, this isn't because I think I won't continue to do good. If anything, it's the complete opposite. I think I will outperform my current best, and that's why I don't want to take a payout. That's the, you know, conviction inside of me that's like, I don't want to do it. I said before, when I take a payout from these accounts, I want it to be a 5K payout. I want that 5K payout from Top Step with these accounts because it'll showcase to me that I've earned it. Why? Because that would mean in order to take that 5K payout, my balance would over exceed $3,500, which over exceeds my current all time high of $2,800, proving to me that not only did I set an all time high, I fell down, maintained consistency, survived throughout the horrible period I went through, learned, refined, and improved, and then became even better. It's significant to me, and that's why I'm facing this fork in the road, because on one side I'm like, hey, I'll have capital instantly to deploy and scale. When I mean instantly, the accounts are $77. Your max payout on an account is $1,200. That alone is a $5,000 payout across all those accounts. And I know I'm talking about payouts right now. I'm not trying to talk about payouts to get the dopamine of the payouts. Right now, I'm kind of thinking about ROI in prop firms, and where I am on how, in order to get to those 5-figure months, I need capital to scale right now. But I'm facing the self versus self conflict on whether or not I should make a more technical approach and withdraw that 1,500 and then continue to trade and build this account to what I know I can, or continue to keep it as it is and get to that $3,500 balance, that $3,200 balance I know I can get to, and I know I will get to, because I won't stop trading these accounts until I get there. I told myself a year ago, the next payout I get will the next payout I get will signify to me that I can do it. Signify to me that now is the time, that I'm ready. And that's why I've denied payouts in the past that I've been able to take. However, internally, I knew I wasn't ready for. I knew it didn't signify to me that permanent change. I told myself the next payout I take, I wanted to signify a permanent change, that I will never go back to where I was prior, regardless of how much money I would have to deny or how long it would take. I think back to how I used to trade back in 2023, October and November of 2023 and December. And I seen my performance there when I was taking large payouts. I was doing so, however, psychologically, I knew that I had no true clarity in what I was doing, which is why it took me 2 years to get to this point. And during that year and a half, I had to think, having not gotten any payouts, it really begged the question to me on what I want the dollar amount I earn to mean to me. What do I want it to mean to me? Or do I just want it to be $1? I wanted it, and I want it to be something that's symbolic to me, regardless of how much money it is, regardless if it's 5 grand or $5 or $500. I just told myself that the next payout I take will signify that permanent change. So I'm not sure. It's not a bad thing psychologically. I'm asking this question. You know, in no way does it affect my trading. However, one part of me is weighing opportunity costs, and another part of me is weighing the symbolism on what trading, how trading, or well, really on what trading means to me. You know, and what these payouts mean to me, or at least the first payout. Neither way of thinking is right or wrong. You know, it's not wrong to think in the symbolic way of what I want the payout to mean to me when I get it, and it's not wrong to think in the more ROI way of, in the opportunistic way of being able to reinvest back into my trading. Neither way is wrong. I'm just facing this internal question, not conflict, question on what I should do. But the more I think about it, the more I just envision it, I see myself over exceeding and doing better than where I am now. You know, I don't believe that this is all the money I will ever make. I don't believe that this is all the money I will ever have inside my trading account, not even close. I believe wholeheartedly that I will over exceed this, you know. So, yeah. That's how I feel right now. That's what I'm thinking. Am I going to take the payout? Although my accounts would be still sitting at a very, very, very healthy balance of $1,600, $1,700 per account, I don't think I am. I don't think I will. I won't. Because, just like I said prior, the next payout I get will signify to me permanent change. That's what I want it to signify to me. That's what I want it to mean to me, mean to my trading. That old me, that old way of trading, that old me is gone. And throughout all those failures, I've molded myself into someone new. So, yeah. Does that mean I'm not intending to buy these accounts? No. Just tap into personal capital. However, I currently have $1,000 in my bank account. And my intention was to save this 800. Do I plan on spending all of it? No. But yeah, that's just how I'm thinking right now. I'm fortunate enough to not act out of desperation with my trading. I can control my discipline very, very well for the most part. But I don't know. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's what I'm thinking right now. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. And like every day, another review will be out later. By later, I probably mean like in an hour. But yeah, love you guys. Peace.